Sony Michel, his first carry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll try Michel here running on the right side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, Michel, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Hey, box drop. 54. I got him.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And able to find Dorsett. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. So that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. A give to Michel running right. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go, team. Here I come. Hey, Delta.
2nd and 6. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Yates. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Michel. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ready to break. Check, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. We want this.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
Come on.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. 5.
Now a give right side. Michelle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of 2 there, second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Set, ready? 50, plant. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day. Let's go.
To throw on second down, Cornelius. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it, what do they call that? The process of the catch? He completed it all the way through.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Cornelius. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here I come again. Here I come again. 56, 56. Crash.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And that's complete to Croft. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 44, Allen. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Sponge! Sponge!
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Alert! 81 right there. He's sneaky.
Now Allen going to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Barkley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play in the drive. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Down. 10-2 suck. Hey, Charlie.
They're running it. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. I hope you brought your reps because I'm about to take you to school.
To throw on 3rd down. Cornelius. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Patriots send out their punter. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And he gets it away, and it's a laser. Headed for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
You might be getting tired of seeing me.
Allen now on 1st down, and he fires one incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
57 to Mike. 57.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Gets this off to Saquon Barkley. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Shit.
Allen now to throw again. Screen play, McKinnon. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Kenny Galladay as the first half is winding down. And the Bills have taken the lead. Now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
On the ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A final shot before break. Cornelius looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Check, check, check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He completes it to Evans. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Allen's throw is complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down. 1st and 10. 22-yard line.
51.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. 16 yards, a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Go, Mike 50. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to
From the gun, it's Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Ringo. 56. Let's go, baby.
Here's Allen to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
Hey, check Mike 57. We own this.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Mike Evans with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point attempt to come here. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And it's Michel once again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On the double. Hey, Orbit.
Mike 51.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Cornelius. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. This is Barkley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Check three.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
He'll buy some time right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Bills on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Allen gonna throw. Allen hit. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. In this case, they were able to retain possession.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Come on, let's go.
2nd and 13. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. New England on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Cornelius. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
19. Alert.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Let's get this.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Allen. And that will be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, team 6.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
50, Mike 50.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
2nd and 11. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And you hate to say it for the rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw to Michelle on the screen. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, Cornelius nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Kill.
Alert!
On the draw, this is Barkley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. So Allen's going to look to throw. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Buffalo, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the rough season continues as they plunge to 1-13. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.